what are other people using right now to reduce stress? I heard meditation, subliminal tapes, hypnosis tapes.
So first of all, hypnosis is a crime against humanity. Hypnosis makes people schizophrenic, it makes people delusional, it gets people out of their true personality. Let's say you go to a hypnotherapist and he tells you, you're a really nice and calm person, everybody loves you. You go there and you tell them, oh, I want to be a more stronger person, a more self-confident person. And he brainwashes you with manipulation from the outside. You are a strong person, you are a doer. And you change your personality. First of all, it creates a slip in your personality. You develop multiple personality disorders. And second of all, you lose all your friends because they like you the way you are, nice and the way your personality is. Hypnotism is pure brainwashing. It will never work on long term. It has major negative effects. And it is basically makes people addicted to the hypnotherapist or to the technique. Meditation, on the other hand, leads very often to passivity because you never got to a root cause. You reduce the stress for a moment. It doesn't help you. You need to reduce the stress on long term, not while you are sitting there.
So how does the music work on that CD that you developed to work with the brain to reduce or eliminate that stress?
You have to understand there's 5 minutes of music and then there's 15 minutes of narrative. The music stimulates the body, first of all, to get rid. It's like a shower. It's like you shower every day to get rid of the physical dirt, and now you shower to get rid of the stress dirt, in quotes, of your system. So you have 5 minutes of music that gives you a shower, that loosens you up. And it's scientifically created that it moves you between different waves in your brain, different brain states, so that you are always in control. You never lose control. You're always there. And on the other hand, then when we go into the narrative where I give you some ideas of what I like you to do, but I do it in a way that you are doing it. I just offer you possibilities and you go this way or you don't. You just change the symbols. And the music moves you, and that's very, very important, between beta waves, alpha waves, theta waves, so that you can really produce the dendrites necessary for long-term change. Our brain cells, our neurons, are connected with little lines. These are dendrites. Whenever you start a thinking or a learning process, you start building dendrites. That's why our brain gets heavier when we grow older. Of course, it cannot grow in size when we learn more, but it gets heavier because of all the dendrites that are built up in the brain. So what this system does, it enhances the capacity for your brain to build dendrites in the right direction. You build new microchips because you make clear decisions in the beta state, the full cognitive state. Then you make pictures in the alpha state, but then you go to a theta state where you're between 3 and 6 hertz, where you have sink it in and where it produces the dendrites so much faster than any other way. And then you immediately come up to the beta state again so that you're fully alert and in control. There's never any kind of manipulation. Nothing comes from the outside, it comes from the inside.
One of our most impressive guests, NMD, founder of Modern Therapy Center, founder of the Foundation for Crime and Drug-Free Schools and Health for Children, author of 8 best-selling books in Europe on health, treated over 35,000 cancer patients, and in Europe, one of the highest cancer cure rates ever using alternative treatments, and primarily his discovery on how to reduce stress. If you want more information on the book or his technology, call the number on your screen so you can get the book or the CDs. We'll give you free information on that. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hi, you're with Kevin Trudeau on A Closer Look and Dr. Coldwell. What's your first name?
Andy.
Andy, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Tell me about your results or the experience you've had by using Dr. Coldwell's technique.
Well, Kevin, I work at a restaurant, and I'm a managing partner there. I've been there for about 8 years now, and needless to say, restaurant is a pretty stressful area. I was turned on to the Power Break stress reduction tapes through a customer who was coming in basically witnessing my deterioration, I'd say, especially after lunches. Lunches were really hostile. I'd kind of get out of lunch, and I'd go retire to my office and generally try and catch maybe a small nap before dinner would start. I started listening to the tapes based on the set that she had given me. I noticed improvements right away. I basically was far more alert, and most importantly, my train of thought was very focused. It wasn't necessarily that it was not that I was solving all my problems, but it was giving me the ability to think through my problems, and that was the most important thing for me. It kept me wide awake, from evening till till on. So for
Wait.
me, it was a big improvement. My wait staff noticed it immediately.
When you listened to the tape for the first time, did you notice a greater sense of relaxation?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, at that point, I'd been taking small naps, trying to kind of keep myself alert for the evening, and the difference between the nap and the actual session it's a night and day difference. I mean, a nap will give you the ability to carry on. The session was giving you the energy the same as a nap would, but it was the focus, the literal focus that I could maintain through the rest of the evening.
So you felt more centered?
Oh, absolutely. Very, very centered.
More relaxed, and with more physical energy.
Absolutely. That was one of the most, I guess, immediate results. I've been on it for 9 months now, and I think the next best thing to it would be what my wife pointed out to me. She's pretty ritualistic about keeping up with the medicines in our medicine cabinet, and I'm pretty bad about getting sick through winters. For some reason, I fall ill every winter for whatever the case may be, whatever the common cold is for that flavor for that winter. But she noticed at the end of this winter I hadn't really touched anything, and I thought back, and I hadn't caught a cold, a flu, or anything. I hadn't had an ailment, and I can't recall prior to that having one winter go by where I wasn't at least sick for 1 minute. So.
Well, great. Well, thanks very much for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point he just brought up. We just have a couple minutes left, but if a person reduces stress, if a person has a lot of stress, their immune system is weaker and they're more susceptible to the...
Of course, that's the main problem. See, you will never see in a person that's completely enthusiastic, filled with vitality and energy, getting the flu or the cold. It just doesn't happen that way. You have to be run down from stress before you can catch the cold. You cannot get sick if you are full of energy. That's what every single illness is based on lack of energy. And mental and emotional stress is the main cause of lack of energy.
We just have a couple minutes left, so show me this real quick.
See, Kevin, what we have here is basically we have stress leads to drug and alcohol abuse. It leads to self-destructive behavior. This is all scientifically proven. It leads to toxemia, acidosis. We talked about the pH factor. It constricts muscles and organs. That means it leads to all kind of dysfunctions in the system. It leads to acidosis. We talked about it. It leads to bad relationships because if you are stressed, you cannot really have a great relationship. It leads, most of all, lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen is the main cause of cancer. You know that cells don't get enough oxygen. That's scientifically proven, and it basically produces potentially harmful hormones, and it leads to nutritional deficiencies because it cuts off. If you're in a stressful situation, your entire digestive system is cut off, and it leads also to dehydration. And dehydration is the worst cause for any kind of physical disease. But it starts with stress. See, dehydration is not the cause. The cause is the stress. It leads to dehydration and nutritional deficiencies.
So you believe that stress is obviously the cause of, if not all, most illness.
Most illness. There's only accidents that are different, and but illness, in my opinion.
If a person has stress right now, again, they could get some hypnosis tapes, meditate. They could get a massage, take a warm bath, take drugs.
First of all, they're all patches. They all treat only the symptoms and only for a short amount of time. Medication has always side effects. There's no medication out there without a side effect. If you rather go around supplementing one problem with another problem, that's everybody's decision. But I wouldn't take any kind of drug if I didn't really have to. And I don't really see a reason for people taking drugs in a lot of ways.